What's going on, peeps? So I'm gonna wait a couple minutes before I get going on my commentary. But what we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna talk about ABL and this black farmer liberals destroying the Democrat Party. I came across this video that he did a little while ago, and I thought it was very interesting. And I watched the majority of it. It's only 11-minute long video, but I do want to break it down, and I want to show y'all how delusional black voters are when they're talking about the Democrat Party and Donald Trump and the Republican Party. Some of these people are just so freaking delusional, you know, and it's to the point where it's like they just run with things without proof. They let people gaslight them into thinking certain ways. And it's funny in a sense, but at the same time, it's sad. It's kind of sad also at the same time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna I'm gonna break down this video, not so much ABL, but the people that he's actually breaking down himself. Because I want to show you how delusional these people are and how funny it is at the same time. So let's go.
Happen. We can no longer continue in the black community voting 93%, 95%, nearly 100% for the Democratic Party. We can't do it because we're not succeeding. We're not moving forward. If anything, if there's any movement at all, we are regressing.
Now, he's saying that black people who are voting for the Democrat Party, we're not moving forward. We are regressing. Now, I'm confused because we just witnessed Donald Trump try to rescind the Equal Employment Opportunity Act. We just witnessed Donald Trump try to destroy every DEI program in the federal government, not only in the federal government, but he's threatening states and cities to cut off their funding for the same thing. What's up, Darius? For the same thing. But this guy should have been telling you that if you vote for Democrats, if you keep vote for Democrats, we keep going backwards. See, this is what I'm saying about these delusional black people. They are delusional. But I understand ABL, because ABL is nothing but a grifter. And I understand he's pandering to his audience. So I get that. I understand what he's doing. Because you know, in the world, a person can sit here and tell me that we are regressing because of the Democratic Party when you sit here and watch Donald Trump pull the shit that he pulls. Donald Trump, Joe Biden had how many black people in his cabinet compared to how many people Donald Trump has in his cabinet? And you call that progress? He had one black person in his cabinet during the first administration. He only got one black person in his cabinet during the second administration, and you call that progress? Do you really call that progress? Not only that, he put the person in the same position they was in his first administration, the HUD, head of HUD. What did they tell you? He only think a black person can run HUD because he got urban in it. But this guy sit here and tells you, ABL sit here and tells you that the Democrat Party and black people are regressing. That's crazy. But let's move on.
We're going backward, and it has to stop. Because if we keep going backward, we're going to be completely irrelevant. There'll be no more hope. Ain't going to be no more, oh, we could do this for the community.
And that's another thing also. Why we keep saying that the Democrat Party is the fault for black people not advancing in this country? What is the Republican Party doing to advance black people in this country? I'm really confused about this. What is black people doing in the Republican Party to advance black people in this country? I'm still waiting on somebody to answer that question for me, which they will not answer that question. Just curious.
For the community, that's going to be over really, really soon if we keep going down this path. All right. Now, before I go any further into it, let's check out a couple of clips. I'm going to play my man a little bit.
Them still only talk about voting rights when it comes to us. No, there's see that's the whole thing about it. If you only think that Democrats are only talk about voting rights and that's the only thing they're talking about, come on, Darius. Come on, man. Stop it, Darius.
Later. But first, let's start with this young lady right here talking about she regrets her vote for Kamala Harris. All right.
Now, this young lady, I watched some of the video already. So this young lady saying that she regretted her vote for Kamala Harris. Now, if I recall correctly, Kamala Harris didn't win. So why would you regret your vote when she lost? See, this is the funny shit that you have to listen to when you listen to these people. You know what I'm saying? She regret her vote for Kamala Harris when she lost. It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't understand that one, but let's listen to her.
Right. Let's check her out. And of course, I will link to this video and the other video in the box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
All right, y'all. Listen, let me be one of the first Black women that was a part of the 92 or the 93% that voted for Kamala to come out and just say it. I regret voting for Kamala. I really do. I regret voting for her. Already into Trump's presidency, not even a full month, and this man has already secured borders. He's already signing.
All right, let's talk about the secure border thing. First of all, for the last 8 months, going back to probably July, the crossings at the border have been going down ever since. When Joe Biden left office on January 20th, the border crossing was at a history low. It was back down to the point where it was in 2018 or 2019, one of the two, when the crossing was down under Trump. They was back at that level. So only thing Trump did was created a show on the border. He put all those troops on the border for what? The crossings was down. He put making all this activity around the border, building walls and in the military, and basically the border crossing was down already. So I don't really fully understand why people can't see that. It was all a show. This is a show. It's like when he said there was an emergency. When he came into office, he said there was an emergency at the border. What emergency? The crossing was down. Historic lows at the border. So where was the emergency at? I'm a little confused about the emergency part. But this young lady right here, she's one of these people who don't understand what she sees. I mean, what she sees is nothing but a show. Nothing but a show. All propaganda. That's it. That's what it's all about. But let's go
on. Bills that are taking place that are.
Now, she said bills. Those was not bills. Those was executive orders. And honestly, the ones that he wrote, the ones that he signed, they were insignificant. What those executive orders that he signed really didn't do anything. What? Rescinding DEI programs throughout the federal government, trying to rescind the Equal Employment Opportunity Act of 1960. Lyndon Johnson signed in 1965. What did he sign that was significant that really changed anything for her? Nothing. But she regretted her vote for Kamala Harris because of these things, though. Don't make sense to me, but it is
uplifting this country. Me not doing my history.
And then she did mention uplifting this country. Uplifting this country. I'm trying to figure out, what did Trump do to uplift this country? The only thing I see is chaos. I don't see nothing uplifting. I see nothing but chaos. And I see a lot of people who are regretting their vote for Trump. I see a lot of those. You got the Latinos, you got the Muslims, you got the poor white people. You got so many people who are regretting their votes for Donald Trump. I'm just saying. So when you talk about regret, there's a lot of regret there. But let's keep going. What's up, Jay Solo? I know you mega, you mega, you mega, you mega. All right, go ahead, mega.
And really, you know, being investigative and seeing all the things that Trump has done, and now having an eye opener and really looking at this man and seeing exactly how this man works has really put something on my heart. And
Trump has put something on her heart. Now, I don't know what Trump put on her heart, but this is a black woman. All right. This is a black woman. I wonder, do she realize that every time Trump talks about DEI, he's talking about her, that she's not qualified to do anything because of her skin color. Any achievement that she makes in this country is because of the skin color, not because she's smart and beautiful, because she is a DEI hire because of her skin color. She got what she got because of her skin color. I wonder, do she understand that part of it? I wonder, did Trump put something on her heart when he told black women that you only can be successful if your skin, because of your skin color, not because you're intelligent, but because of your skin color. Just understand that. But let's go and listen to some more of this young lady. Because like I said, these people, they don't understand what they really are saying about themselves. She's saying that Trump have uplifted the country and he have put something on her heart. He put something on her heart. And this is why she regret voting for Kamala Harris. And we know Kamala Harris lost. But let's go on, though. Trump get rid of the federal income taxes. Stop it, Darius. Stop it. You just making shit up. You know damn well he even get rid of those federal income taxes. Stop it.
I'll just pause for a second. I think that the 2020 to 2024 little blip we had with the 1,000-year-old man.
Like I said, we already know what he's all about. He does what a grifter. So we're going to skip to the next brother he's going to bring up.
Into the whole Kamala run, and now taking a step back, looking at how this president here is really running things, and it hasn't even been a whole month, is something that I do think about. So, you know, I advise.
I don't know what she look. I can't, you know, look through her eyes and her point of view, but only thing I have seen in the last 3 weeks is chaos. Nothing but chaos. I see a lot of lawyers making a lot of money, going to the courts, and they shooting down Donald Trump at every turn. Only thing I see is chaos. I'm sorry, young lady, but I don't understand what you see. You got some beautiful eyes, though, but I just don't understand what you see through them eyes, because we're not looking at the same thing. But let's move on.
People that are in the Democratic
Plantation
Party, myself, to do your research. Really do your research, okay?
You know, she telling other people to do research, right? But it seemed like she didn't do her research. You know, it seemed like she needed to do a little more research, because she didn't really do no research.
Okay. Because I can definitely say that as a black woman, a part of the 93%, I made an error. I can admit that. I can take accountability and admit that.
Hey,
you like them BBDs, dubs, Gary? Darius, I'm not talking about that, man. We gonna keep it on politics, man. Politics, man. How you doing, Grandma Love?
I love it. Shout out to her. Hey,
we're gonna skip you, buddy. I ain't got time for
we'll link to the video info in the box if you want to see it and hear it without my commentary. If you're on IG, visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
This political party, the Democratic Party, have lied to us about everything. They've lied about being the party of the middle.
Change is difficult and often painful. Oh my God, DeRizzo, are you really coming here with that painful crap? Are you really coming here with that line about being painful? There's gonna be some painful changes in this country. You know, you're gonna be some painful changes. You know, we got to go through the painful issues first. You know, come on, DeRizzo, stop it. Perceived chaos. Oh my God, come on, DeRizzo. You know, DeRizzo, you are a smart brother, DeRizzo. Talking about when I go back and forth with DeRizzo, I read all his comments. The brother is very intelligent, very, very intelligent. And I know he knows better. I know he knows better. So come on, Rizzo. You know better.
Class. They've lied about being the party of peace. They've lied about being the party of that wants to help poor people.
Now, I want y'all to actually listen to this guy. His first comments, I want y'all to actually listen to this guy. And I want to show you how delusional these people are sometimes. Let me back it up a little bit. I think right there should be good.
The website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
This political party, the Democratic Party, have lied to us about everything.
Now, when you use the word lie, and I'm going to say this right here, both parties lies. So when people say one party is lying, you can't take them serious after that because both parties lie to you. And honestly, and I know y'all know I'm not a Trump fan, so I'm gonna say this: Trump lies more than anyone else in politics. Even though both parties do lie, but Trump tend to tell more lies than the average politician. So when this brother is telling you that the Democrat Party lies, all right, they do lie, but you're also supporting the party, a man who lies more than average. So what is your point about saying that they lie? But I digress. Let's move on.
They've lied about being the party of the middle class. They've lied about being the party of peace. They've lied about being the party of that wants to help poor people.
Now, he said they lied about being the party of the middle class. They lied about being the party of peace, and they lied about helping poor people. Now, the last time I checked, I don't think Donald Trump and the Republican Party was down with those three things either. Let's see. Donald Trump been talking about invading countries for the last 2 weeks. Matter of fact, for the last month and a half. Greenland, Panama. What is the other one? Greenland, Panama. There's one more. Gaza. That's another one. Greenland, Panama, and Gaza. I'm missing one. But anyway, he's been talking about Canada. Yeah, Canada also. So he's been talking about invading countries. So is that peace? I'm just, is that really peace? Is that bringing peace to this world by talking about invading countries? That seems like a Putin move to me. Isn't that a Putin move? Just taking countries? And he talking about the middle class. Do he realize that all these federal workers that they're trying to get rid of, fire or make quit, most of them are middle class. They're struggling. And then when you talk about the poor, you just sit here and froze. You tried to freeze all these programs that was helping the poor. Meals on Wheels, school food programs, daycare, Head Start, all these programs that was helping the poor out, they tried to freeze those programs. So what is this dude talking about? I'm really lost when they sit here and try to make it a one-side issue, knowing you just sit here and watch this man try to freeze programs to help the poor and the middle class. But no, the Democrat lied. They're not down with the poor. They're not down with the middle class. They're not down with peace. But you sit here and watch Donald Trump do all three of these things in a negative way. But let's go on.
Okay. What the last several weeks have proven to us all is that this is a cadre of criminals and losers.
Wait, criminals? Criminals? Is he talking about Donald Trump? Is he talking about Donald Trump calling Donald Trump a criminal? Is he talking about Steve Bannon, who's a criminal? Who is he talking about? Who is he calling a criminal? I'm confused. Is he talking about Democrats or are you talking about Republicans? Because he was just talking about the poor, peace, and the middle class, which Donald Trump ain't caring about none of those. And now he's talking about criminals. So is he talking about Donald Trump? I'm confused.
And spoiled children of affluent parents.
Spoiled children of affluent parents. Isn't that Donald Trump too? Isn't that Donald Trump? Oh, he talking about those 14 billionaires that's in Trump cabinet. That's what he talking about. All that money, those billions and billions of dollars. I'm confused. Is this guy talking about the Democrat Party, or is he talking about Donald Trump and his administration? What is he talking about? I'm confused. Can someone please tell me, what is this brother talking about? Is he talking about Democrats, or is he talking about Republicans? I'm totally confused right about now.
Who were more concerned about looking good than actually doing good.
Actually talking about looking good rather than doing good. Isn't that Donald Trump too? That's why he kept all those soldiers. That's why he put all those soldiers down on the border to make him look good. Knowing that the crossings was down, but he still put all those soldiers on the border to make him look good. That's why he also went as far as to declare an emergency on the border when the crossings was so low, but he still declared an emergency on the border. Isn't that to make him look good? I'm just saying. Isn't that to make him look good? You too much salt and pepper, man, cookie. I'm sorry. I have to stop him, man. I have to stop him because I'm DeRizzo. I'm confused who he's talking about. Who is he talking about? Is he talking about Democrats or are he talking about Republicans? I'm just confused. I'm just trying to figure this out.
These are people who were more concerned about looking like they were doing something for the American people than actually doing things for the American people. And that's why I'm so angry. Because this party lied to me while stealing my tax dollars. The Democratic Party lied to us all while they brought in millions of illegal immigrants for their own political purposes for the last 4 years.
Now, what was the political purpose of bringing in millions of undocumented immigrants? What was the purpose? I'm just saying, what was the purpose?
Millions, I would say probably at least 20 million illegal aliens have poured into this country over the past 4 years.
Now, they keep making up numbers. See, this is why I say, how can I sit here and take these people serious when they just make up numbers? Now, like I said, I already watched this video, so I know what this guy gonna say. But Anthony is saying 20 million, right? Now, I know that's a made-up number because the number is somewhere between 10 and 12 or 10 and 13. That's where the number is actually at. So, but this guy, listen to what he has to say about that.
And that's probably a pretty conservative estimate.
20 to 30 million illegal aliens brought in, and now we come
20, he's saying 20 to 30. Make that make sense. He's saying 20 to 30. You see what I'm saying? You can't take these people serious. They have no facts. They just talk without facts. No facts.
To USAID being probably the largest money laundering operation in American history.
These are nothing but sheep. Nothing but sheep. He's going off what someone told him with no proof. There's no proof. But all of a sudden now USAID is a fraudulent agency. Nothing money laundering going on at USAID. They're not helping no one. They're just stealing people's taxpayer money. Okay.
Congratulations, Dems. You've outdone even Bernie Madoff. I'm disgusted beyond words. Disgusted with the waste of money. Disgusted with the waste, with the fraud.
He's disgusted. He's very disgusted.
With the way that you people use color legitimacy, and the way you use black people as mules to have to get us to push whatever agenda you wanted to.
You know, when we talk about identity politics, and this is what I say again, if you're going to call out one party, call out both parties. Both parties use identity politics, not just the Democrats, but the Republican does too. The Democrats might be better at it, but the Republican Party use identity politics also. That's why when you talk about Latino votes, you talk about the black vote, you talk about the women vote, you talk about, that's identity politics on both sides. So who cares?
The amount of division you used black people to sow upon the American people, you used us for that.
No. Democrats don't use you for that. No. I think Donald Trump does a good job at dividing this country among racial lines. You know, I was Gamergate. What is Gamergate, D Rizzo? Well, you know, honestly, and like I said, I don't put nothing past no agency. Every agency has a little bit of fraud in there. No matter what agency you work for, I guarantee you can find some fraud in there somewhere. So I take that with a grain of salt. But my thing is also is like what this guy's talking about, you know, dividing this country along racial lines. I think the best person who does that is Donald Trump.
And I will never, ever forgive this political party the shit I'm going through personally. Y'all were supposed.
What are you going through personally, my brother? Tell me what you're going through personally. I want you to tell me exactly what you're going through personally, because I want to feel your pain. I want to know what it is, what the Democrat Party did to you personally that make you feel that pain. Tell me, my brother. Tell me.
Supposed to be the party of free speech, the party of women's rights. You have immolated all of those things, and then as
free speech. Let's see. Didn't they kick Liz Cheney out of the party? Didn't they kick Adam Kinzinger out of the party because they was exercising their right to free speech? I'm confused. So Democrats are the only one that takes away your First Amendment right. But I'm confused. Free speech? Only the Democrat Party takes away free speech? Are you sure about that, my brother? Are you sure about that? Because I recall some times where people have spoken up against the Republican Party and they pretty much ended their career by speaking up because they exercise their free speech. I'm confused. I'm totally confused. But let's move on.
if enough weren't enough.
Oh, so it was a point in time when there was forcing games to go woke. They pay game companies to implement DEI. Rizzo. I don't know about that, man. Come on. I feel your pain. I feel you that, D Rizzo, but I don't think that's really a big issue.
You then decide that you're going to die on the hill of USAID, a government audit. You're trying to prevent a government audit because some of you really are trying to stay out of prison.
Government audits. Why are we getting so excited about government audits and all of a sudden that USA is the flavor of the week? But there's another department called the Department of Defense that has never ever passed an audit. But I don't see too many people getting outraged about that. All that money that goes into those companies, and those companies are ripping the U.S. off on a daily basis at the Department of Defense. And they still giving them more money. And they still wasting that money. But no one is getting upset about that. But all of a sudden, USA, everybody want to get upset about fraud, 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 fraud. Like I said, every department in the federal government is losing money due to fraud some kind of way. So I don't see the big deal about USA all of a sudden. What is the big scare? But anyway, brother, you said that they personally hurt you. So I want to hear your personal story. I don't want to hear about USAID anymore. I want to hear about your personal story and how they hurt you.
And you want to keep getting that money. That's the bottom line for a lot of these people. They don't care about you. They don't.
Yes, I'm a gamer, Kong. It was a targeted brainwashing campaign against young. Oh, well, you know what? There is. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not a gamer. I've never been a gamer, so I don't really understand that. So I'm gonna concede that to you because I have no idea about that sector. So I'm gonna go off on you. I'm gonna go with you on that part. Elon Musk sitting here with a social security numbers, our personal information. I don't know about anyone else, but that scares me. Right, Grandma Love. Like I said, this guy is not even a federal employee, and he got access to all that. That right there is scary within itself. But this brother right here, though, is scared of the Democrat Party, though. The Democrat Party had personally did something to him, which I'm still waiting on him to say, but he's not looking at Elon Musk and what Elon Musk is doing as a private citizen, but he talking about Democrats.
They don't care about myself. They don't care about any of us. They care about getting that money. They care about keeping that power.
See, that's what kills both of these people. That's all politicians. All politicians only care about their money and keeping their power. Not a Democrat, not just a Republican. Both parties, all Republicans, all Democrats, all independents, only thing they care about majority of the time is keeping their power and their money. So what are y'all talking about?
We see the game now. Y'all been out here telling us that the game was rigged against certain people. Well, now we found out who the people that were rigging the game were. Congratulations. Y'all are never going to win another political race ever again.
So his prediction is that the Democrats would never, ever win another political race again. I will put anything on it that they win a few more political races again. The presidency again. They're going to have Congress again. They're going to have the Senate again. And I guarantee you they will. I put anything on it. So I have no idea what this brother's talking about. He don't understand how politics works. They always say the same shit. They will never, ever win another political race. And they always do. That's crazy.
Not if I can help it.
There we go. Hey, I love it. I love it, man. Hey, this is good, man. And you know what? We need this just throughout the entire community. And it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, if you taught it for.
Well, like I said, the whole point of me playing this was to show y'all that we need to really understand that a lot of these people who get up here and make these videos, they don't have a clue what they're talking about. And it's one-sided. It's one-sided. I can sit here and tell you several things that I dislike about both sides, the Republican Party and the Democrat Party. I think the Democrat Party is weak. I think the Democrat Party somewhat overpromise and underdeliver. And that's a big issue with me. I think the Democrat Party need to grow some balls. I think they need to start learning how to fight dirty. I think they need to learn how to really play that game like the Republican Party do. You know, so in the Republican Party, I'm pretty sure you already know what I dislike about the Republican Party. I think it's nothing but a con job. I think they don't believe in opportunity for all Americans. They only believe for opportunity for white males. I was listening to Pete Hegseth talking to some members of the military, I think at the Pentagon, and he seemed so uncomfortable on that stage talking to those people. And that shows you how unqualified he was for that position. But he's a white male, so it's okay. It's okay. The press secretary, she's a white female, a white blonde female who's only 27 years old, and she is so unqualified for that position. But no one says anything about DEI when it comes to her. She's unqualified. So my thing is, we need to understand something. Politics is a dirty game, and we all gonna find fault in one party or the other party. But my thing is, if you can't call out the dirt on the party that you support, it's useless. It's useless. ABL, I wonder how many videos did he do about the racist, the guy that posted all that stuff on X and got busted, the 25-year-old guy who works for Elon Musk, who got busted for making racial posts. They made him resign. And then the vice president, J.D. Vance, came out and said, no, y'all should hire him back, get him back. He made a mistake when he was young. He called him a kid. He's 25 years old. Not only that guy, it was another guy that Trump got rid of in his first administration for making racial posts. And he just brought him back and put him in the Secretary of State office. It's like, when y'all gonna start calling out this bullshit? When y'all gonna start calling out these racists? But ABL and these black Trump supporters, they will never call out the racists that they see every day in the Trump administration. That's why I said these guys have no credibility whatsoever. ABL, the black conservative, Brandon Tatum, and all the rest of them, they would not call out Trump and all those racists, straight up racists. They got proof that they're racist. But do they call them out? No, they don't call them out. And that's bullshit. It's nothing but bullshit. Like I said, you can be a supporter of Donald Trump, but learn how to call out Donald Trump bullshit when you see it. When it comes to Joe Biden, a lot of people said, oh, the Democrats gave him a free reign. They didn't call him out. A lot of Democrats called out Joe Biden. Called him out a lot of the fucking time. Well, you know, like I said, DeRizzo, I don't play video games, so I've never been in that space before. But still, though, you know, when you got somebody 13 to 25, especially when you're in your 20s and you're still using racial slurs, come on, man, that's bullshit. But that's not a kid, though, DeRizzo. When you're 25 years old, that's not a kid. You're not a kid anymore. You 25 years old, you don't finish college. You pretty much don't start your career already. You're not a kid anymore at 25 years old. I can understand the 13-year-old, the 14-year-olds, the 15, the 16, 17, even the 18 years old. But once you get to a point where you're out on your own, you're no longer a kid. And I can't make no excuses for you. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, let me listen to it. But I just can't make excuses for someone who's 25 years old or 24 years old if they still making racial comments. Not only that, my thing is you should not be in government if you got any kind of racial, if you got racial bias like that, you shouldn't be in government. That goes for black people and white people. You know, there's no place for you. So I just feel like, you know, we need to do better. And like I said, this guy right here at ABL, these people, they ignore racism in the Republican Party just to make a dime. Just to make a dime. And that's sad that you sit here and ignore racism just because of money. That's pitiful. I just think it's despicable. You know, then you sit up here and brag about a party that don't even care about you. Because if they cared about you, they wouldn't allow these races to exist in the party. If they really cared about your opinion and cared about you as a black man, they would not allow these races in the party. And that's sad. These people will talk about every black person in a negative way, but they would not call out Republicans who talking about race. And this is why I don't listen to these people, really. Because they're ignorant and they're nothing but grifters. Nothing but grifters. That's all they are. They demean black people. You hardly ever see them talking about black people in a positive light. They're always talking about them in a negative light. You know why? Because their audience are not black. So in order for them to make money, they have to keep downing black people. They have to try to make black people look bad because their audience will not pay if they just do positive things about black people. You know, there's one guy, Lucas, Amazing Lucas. He used to be a Trump supporter back in the day during Trump's first administration. But he woke up and realized only thing he was doing was grifting. He was lying to himself. And he changed himself. He started doing content in a way that now he's speaking more highly of black people instead of downing black people on a daily basis. And I remember him doing videos when he was a Trump supporter. He was just like these knuckleheads, always finding fault in black people. Never could see anything positive in black people, which was crazy. But it is what it is. But let me get out of here, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Derizzo, man, thanks for stopping by. Grandma Love, Darius. Who else stopped by? Well, there's only a few people, but I appreciate the ones who stopped by. Darius and it was some Jay Solo, Tanya. I appreciate y'all stopping by, man. Until next time, y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all on the next live, hopefully soon.